Hello, this is Silent, and today I'm going to be bringing you a Dream Car Racing 3D shocks tutorial. So as you can see, we have some pretty nice off-roading shocks loaded up. The rear ones are less hard than the front ones. The damping is set to the maximum. They've got a whole bunch of compression and stretch, and everything is looking dandy. So let's go ahead, take this off onto the road, and we can see that this handles even some of the more gnarly bumps really well, and I still have phenomenal control over my car. So let's go ahead and get to the other side there. Let's go ahead and just spawn over there. That'd be a lot easier. So we take it over some of these ridiculously large speed bumps, and we barely even notice that they exist. In fact, if we go ahead and take it over to those short speed bumps, we won't even notice them at all. So you might be wondering, so how do I make shocks that good? And that's really simple. The first thing that you need to look at when making shocks is what shocks are. When you're looking at a shock in Dream Car Racing 3D, you will see the coil on the outside. I have to switch to the real view to show you this. It's that little gold little thread spinning around the damper in the center there. And that is represented by the hardness. And as you already heard me say, that is the damper. So, what does the hardness do? The hardness, or the coil, stores energy. Think of it this way. If you squish a spring really tight between your fingers and then let go really quickly, that spring is going to go flying up in the air. That is because all of the energy that you put into squishing that spring really small never went away. That energy was never absorbed by anything. So you can have the hardness set to the maximum power, and it really doesn't make your shocks good at all. What the damping does is it serves to release that energy that's stored. So while the shock is getting bigger or smaller like this, that damper is resisting the movement. And for off-roading cars, setting the damping to the max is great. On closed circuit cars, it's not that great. You want a lower damping because when it slows down how quickly your shocks can move, so the compensation that the shocks, the hardness of the coil can give when going over speed bumps is slightly diminished. So you might be thinking, well, I'm not really interested in making an off-roading car, circuit car. Are there any more things that I need to look at when making a shock? Yes, of course there are. You need to very much look at the max compression and stretch. Look at these as percents. So 0.4, that would be 40%, and 1, that would be 100%. So the max compression being 40%, that means it can be as small as 40% of the original length. Let's pretend it's 1 meter long. That would be 0.4 meters. So, max stretch, 100% of the original length. Again, pretending that's 1 meter. That would be 1 meter. So that means it has 0.6 meters of travel. So over that 0.6 meters, we have a hardness of 516 acting on it. And we have a damping of 100, slowing the movement of those 2 points. Now you might see right here and you might be like, whoa, what is that? That is so much higher than the rear ones. And that's for 2 reasons. One, it's a shorter shock, as you can see. It's almost half the length. 2, it has less compression and the same amount of stretch. And the last one is it's a front shock. This is gonna be the face of the car. This is what takes the punch when the punches are gonna be thrown. Do you want to get punched and then have your face just cave in, or do you want to get punched and then have your face stand up to the punch and be unyielding? Well, in shocks you don't want it to be unyielding, but you understand the point. Whoa, I kind of went off the road a little bit there. Let's undo that. Whoa. Still getting used to the controls after 170 hours. Hey, so let's take that again. So as we go up here, we go for the jump. Whee! And then we land. And boom. Those front shocks absorb the majority of the force, and those rear shocks come in and they absorb the rest of the force. So the shocks did their job. They kept the wheels on the ground as much as possible. Even over the speed bumps, even over that ridiculous terrain, over everything. And that's what you want with off-roading shocks. In this video, we are not going to be looking at closed circuit track shocks. What you want for closed circuit track shocks is you want much higher hardness, lower damping, and you want everything to be nice and even. This is because tilting makes you lose energy. So as you can see, my car tilts a little bit when we turn left or right. That's bad for being on the track, and there's a whole bunch of different reasons why. There's the racing curve, there's the differentials, like the differentials won't work quite as well for compensating, or well, they will have to compensate. And there's all this different stuff that you'd have to go over if you were making a closed circuit track car. And we're just going to ignore all of that. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like it if you liked it. Dislike it if you disliked it. And if you have any feelings at all, please put them in the comment section below. In that, I mean, like, if you want to see something more or you want to see something less in my videos. So I hope you have